Somewhere deep in the United Kingdom live two boys that know all the answers to absolutely nothing. So strap yourselves in because it's about to get weird. You're now listening to the Lemon Squeezers Podcast.
Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Lemon Squeezers Podcast, the best, worst comedy podcast in the mother trucking world. Yes, people, it is the gruesome twosome. All right, it's just your boy, Big Bad Zach.
It feels naked.
It does feel naked. And
we had to
man
sack
Lee.
him. We got rid of him. He was
He's pissed us off.
he sexual assault in the office, and
In the workspace.
he tried to spit roast me, and I wasn't very happy about the situation.
No, unfortunately, Georgie can't make it this week because he's busy.
He's getting his asshole bleached.
Yeah, his anus. His anus bleached for our special guest next week, Lee.
Yeah,
People, I bring this up because I think it's quite funny. That I was laughing so much
yeah,
when we were talking about it. So basically, like we've had a geezer contact us. I assume like young 20s, just asking like if he can do any like just pretty much what is he asking?
you spoke to him.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He said it's like a form of internship or something.
Yeah, sort of like sort of work behind the scenes on the podcast. We think anyway. We don't really know what's going to happen, but basically he's going to be here next week. And yeah, we don't really know.
That's mad. He might be a madman. If he's listening to this, we're just having a laugh right now, but he could be a madman. Because earlier on, I was like, what's this guy like or what? It's a bit of a stab in the dark. He could be anyone. You sent me a picture of Charles Manson, wasn't it?
No, it weren't me. Georgie sent a picture of
Charles Manson.
No, Ted Bundy.
Oh, Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
And I writ back like, oh God, like that's scary. Like, for one, it's a black and white photo.
Yeah. Lee thought it was from this geezer's Instagram.
He looks insane, and I was like, oh.
And also, I told Lee and Georgie that he was 46.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and he was like, he's at university for like for photography and filmmaking. And that. So I'm thinking a 46-year-old Ted Bundy style character. I was worried for a second. I was like, weird, I'm confused by that.
It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. It just seems like he might come here, he might hate it, or it just might not be the right thing for everyone. I don't really know, but it's just quite exciting. Like to have other people involved, you know. Like it's always just been me and you, sort of slogging it out, trying to master the craft.
It has grown quite rapidly in the span of like since Christmas, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what? So we've gone from can't get one subscriber to getting monetized to a third host that he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Plus, we both get along with him.
Yeah.
I've been known for 3 hours. I pretty know at this point.
And you want to have sex with him.
I think he's a very nice fella. Like, I can't see any reason why I can't not like this guy.
Can't see any reason why.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. It's a bit of a dynamic, which is nice.
Yeah.
Intern, there's possibly 46 years old, Ted Bundy looking fella.
I don't like calling him an intern though. It feels like, I don't know, like it feels like degrading in a way to call him an intern. Like, hey intern.
I don't know what, we'll speak to him. I don't even know his name. I don't know what he looks like or his name or...
Yeah, I'm not going to give his name out on here.
But dick size, I don't know anything yet.
But this is something that I've been saying for a while. It might not be that this boy is that for us, but I've always said like I wanted someone behind the camera to sort of that you can sort of bounce off of, but they do a bit behind it, like they know what they're doing basically. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, like we've always had James from Launchpod around us as well. That was our first big moment. I feel like where I thought I remember when he like contacted us for the first time, and I remember thinking like, Oh my days, like this is fucked. Like a geezer with an actual studio.
Yeah. They didn't want nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, what? I just think you're really funny.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
And when you talk to him, you feel like you've known him for weeks, for months, years.
This
Really-
is this is the weird thing. Like just from doing this podcast, we've met like so many different people. We've met. So I was saying like earlier to you, like, I was like, we've got this. Like we've almost got a little team around us now. Like we've got me and you, the mate. Like obviously, like we've been doing the hosting thing for a while. We now got Georgie, but we've got possibly this guy who knows all about film and that. We've reconnected with John, like the Sidemen Cameraman episode, and he's like obviously knowledgeable about his field.
Yeah, like not just that. Like we've known him for like how many years now? Like 12 years now? Is it? When did we school? 2009, 2009, isn't it?
It's like 17 years. We started school when we was 11.
17 years.
Oh no, 18 years. We're 29.
What the fuck? Like, that makes you feel old.
18
I've
years.
known John for 18 years. That is mad.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're not known him close though. Like, obviously, we know from 5 years in school, maybe like a year after.
I've always sparked with him. I've always got along with him. Like, wow, that's mad. That's actually mad.
Yes.
I was sitting there
Is there anyone you don't get along with?
No, like, honestly,
You're like a golden retriever.
if I didn't like him, we wouldn't have fucking seen it. Like, he's just, I've always just got along with him.
I would like to have an episode where like we bring someone on. I can't see it happening unless like once we get to the level where we're bringing on people who we don't know at all. So say like once we get say like we're 100,000 subscribers, and like then it becomes maybe someone from who's fresh out of Love Island, not really our type of. Like, I can't imagine being really our type of guest, but we might get them on, and they could be a complete dickhead.
Yeah.
But like, what if that's the case? Like, I'd love to see how we act. Do you know what I mean? There and then.
Yeah, like you just put the mask on and just gag yourself and just sit there like, I ain't going to talk to you. Yeah, I think that time will come. I think obviously we're an extremely small YouTube account at this point, but it feels like we've got the right direction in mind. But as I say, everything's moving so quickly right now. Not moving to the extent of any success at all, but to the point of it feels real. It feels like it's actually working.
Something's working.
Something's working, yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like it's just been like...
if you don't mind me saying, the comments, right, there are a couple. There was like... can you let the fella talk, or someone stop talking over each other? Bear in mind, we recorded for 2 hours, and that was the last 10 minutes, and we was pretty, well, me and John were pretty fucked by that point. So that was only the very last bit. But the second thing, that's only like 2% of the comments. It was like probably 4 comments out of like 800 or whatever the fucking case was, right? But that was all saying like how big this podcast, like they can't understand how small it is. I was like, well, I can't get my head around how it's so small.
But
that was surprising for me.
I think
we've done it in reverse. Instead of building up to getting the subscribers in and then upgrading, we've done it the opposite. Yeah, it's like we've got all the gear and no idea.
No.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We've done it in reverse.
But I see that ain't surprising to me as much. I know that you can have the best product in the world, but if you can't market that product, then it's irrelevant. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's so many things out there where like something might come up, like Amazon, say, for example. So many people would have had that idea or tried something, but they just ain't got it right. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying like we're this amazing product, but I've seen successful podcasts that we're better than. Yeah. And they're only good because maybe they've got someone on there who has a little bit of a following. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So like that's our problem. Our problem is getting it out there, is exposure.
Yeah, there's some algorithm that we can't. Well, it's not that you don't know how to do it. It's that you're not exposed to the idea of doing it. That makes sense. Like there are certain things. Oh, how to explain this? I've been watching. Well, I don't watch AMSI anymore, but I
ASMR.
Well, I never really watched it, right? But it helped me sleep. But now it doesn't have any effect on me, so I just don't bother. But there are some ASMR thumbnails,
Yeah.
that you go, that is shit.
Yeah.
That is so shit. But then you've got other ones that do it so perfectly, and yet actually their microphone's worse, but their subscriber rate is like 5 times higher. And so it's just understanding. It's just understanding the psychological thing, and sometimes it's not obvious until somebody has done it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I know. I do know what you mean, and I do feel like sometimes people just like. I reckon a lot of people just get lucky. Like you might have a certain way of doing something, and for whatever reason that has worked.
Yeah.
They have no idea that they're doing it for that reason, but it's working for them.
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes I think to myself, like, and this ain't anything. I wouldn't want to do this way, and I don't think you would either, because I just don't think we're that type of person. But I wonder how much of a career you could build from being this negative person and then turn it around. So, like, what I mean by that is like, because I would say like almost Logan Paulish, but I don't think Logan Paul deliberately done it at the start. But
No.
basically, building a brand. So, like, say we had this podcast, and all we did was said like really outrageous stuff. Like, I mean, where I'm talking outrageous, where it's like disgusting.
Yeah.
Like not stuff like racist, but like I can't really think of like what you would say, but
Tripping over an old man.
what? On our podcast.
just beat an old man up.
No, just say like something controversial happened, like say COVID. Yeah. Everyone's talking about COVID, and we was like, oh well, I think COVID is good because it's just getting rid of all the weak people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's so.
I'm gonna edit that.
Yeah. But that's so insensitive. But stuff like that, where you just say it, and like you would like, if you put that on and then out onto Instagram or out onto TikTok, you would get more engagement than you would if we put out one of our funnier clips.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, like, imagine building a whole career on that. So, doing that for 2 years or a year.
Yeah.
And then flipping it and becoming nice people. Do you think that would work to then build from? Because you'd have a lot of people that hate you.
I think it would work.
Yeah, so do
I think it would work. I think it's how you want to do it. I don't know whether they'll ever respect you. I think people respect Logan Paul. People dislike Jake, but they don't hate him anymore. But they don't respect Jake. I don't know. I think that's what's happening. I don't really know. I really don't know. I don't know. I know I said I don't know. I'm trying to think how it really works. We could try it. We could try.
No, I don't want to do it. I I don't want.
I think it's the way you edit things. Like I could say like we could. I don't know. For example, we could have a picture of a black person, and then I say something, but it gets bleeped out, and then you go like that. You can't say it. But then if you unbleeped it, I would have said he's fit. Do you get what I mean? It's the mind tricks. I think it's the way you edit things. So if you make something look like it's racist, but it really wasn't, and then when it's unbleeped, then you go, I totally get it. Maybe that's what we need to do, things like that. I'm not saying pretend to be racist, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's the mind.
It is. It's a weird one because the reason I say this is because like this week, I actually thought about this on the car over here. But like this week, Mason Greenwood. So I know you're not into football, but Mason Greenwood is a young 20-year-old maybe upcoming like English player. So like straight away, if you're an English footballer, like you're put at the top of the pedestal if you're good. And plays for Man United. So like there's this whole case of like people saying like, oh, he's had too much too young, he's got no respect, blah, blah. But basically his girlfriend's come out and leaked pictures of her with bruises, like a bust lip, like bleeding, and she's got a voice recording of her. Like it's basically like he's trying to rape her. Like he obviously doesn't think it's rape because like they're in a relationship, but it's like he's telling her, put your legs up to have sex, and she doesn't want to. So it's rape. Like it is.
Yeah.
But this has all come out, and I'm seeing a lot of people, like everyone's saying it's disgusting. Everyone's saying like he should never play football again. Like he's ruined his career basically, and he doesn't deserve to ever play again. But I'm seeing like there's some people, and they're I'm sorry, like if this is a stereotype, but they're usually these like they look like they're African accounts, and they'll come in like broken English and defend him. Like it's baffling. I wish I'd have screenshotted something.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you lot turn against Mason like this? He been so good for Man United. It's like, what the fuck? Are you missing the point?
Some of these third world countries have a lot of rape in their society. I'm just saying. Third world countries are fucking well brutal, yeah?
That's true.
If you're not married, and I don't state me, like, don't quote me exactly on it, but have you seen, was it Blood Diamond or something? There was a woman on Blood Diamond that...
What? The film Blood Diamond?
Yeah.
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, I'm sure it was Blood Diamond. And she didn't change tribe or something, so they put like an iron rod up her vagina and burnt her from the inside out. And these sort of things happen.
Yeah.
in third world countries, man. It's
Oh, mate,
bad.
they still kill people for being witches.
In Africa, they're killing albinos and chopping their hands off and all that. Like countries like that, they're really fucked up. I'm just saying, right? It's Jesus Christ. Like, but going back to what you're
Do you know what, Lee?
It's
That was a true
so
statement.
fucked up. Like, it is so fucking messed up.
It is so.
Don't get me. Yeah, don't get me on a big rant about this sort of stuff. But it's double standards. Like you don't do the opposite to what you preach, right? But going back to what you were saying about this footballer, for one, rape has nothing to do with football.
Can I just point out that
Yeah.
I've never seen someone do one on their hand and put their thumb up.
Oh, what do you mean?
I feel like you're like 1, 2, 3.
Nah, you always go 1, 2, 3.
No, you don't do that.
Well,
1.
see, I've always done that because
1,
you don't
2,
get
3.
you don't get to 4 and then go like 3,
You do.
4.
And then you pop out the 5 on the big boy.
Oh, no, I find that
1,
hard.
2, 3. Do you do 3 like that, or do you do 3 like that? Anyway, go on.
No, I'll do 3 like that. Yeah, so for one, rape's nothing to do with football. So I don't really know how it could destroy. If you want to be employed as a rapist, you probably should stay out the public limelight, right?
Well, I'm so confused. What do you mean?
Well, you
rape
said that
nothing?
people are complaining about it ruins his career and all that shit. Well, rape's nothing to do with football. So if you want to go at the fella, not the career. The career shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
So just because you rape someone, has it stop you still winning the World Cup, right? It doesn't help.
No, I'm so confused. You're confusing.
Well, I'm saying, the rape thing is nothing to do with the football. So when people say he shouldn't be able to play football again and all that,
Well, but you can't.
it's irrelevant, isn't it?
No, but they're saying he shouldn't be able to play football again because he's in the public eye. Basically, like,
It's bad press for the company, is what you're saying.
yes, and he's a role model. Do you know what I mean? This is the thing. If we blew up Joe Rogan level, you got different responsibilities. Like, whether you like it or not, you're making impression on all these young people. There's a lot of young people that want to grow up to be like Mason Greenwood if he like won the World Cup, say.
Yeah.
That's why you can't be a footballer anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
You're making an
so.
impression on all these kids' lives, and if he's got away with it and he's done that, it's sort of. They obviously won't think, oh, I can rape someone because Mason Greenwood done it, but it might put something in the back of their mind
Okay.
subconsciously.
Yeah. But yeah, rape's not good, people. Don't rape people. That's bad.
No, yeah.
I don't know why you're laughing.
I'm laughing because you tried making the point there.
Rape's
It
not
just
good,
sounded
people.
so bad.
Rape's not good. Did you used to play that game as a kid where you used to say one word each at each other? You had to make each other laugh.
No.
So you used to look at each other. It used to be a game. But you can't laugh. You can smile, but it's very hard. So if I was looking at you and say, rape. And then what you'd have to do is say one back, but you had to make me laugh.
Okay.
But they tend to do this with jokes as well sometimes.
I feel like neither of us are gonna laugh.
No, I feel like I'm ready to laugh at anything right now.
Plop.
That was close. That was very close. I'm trying to think of one that's going to make you laugh. Wedgie. No, not at all.
Smeg.
Oh, that's nearly.
We're not gonna.
We ain't got time for this anyway. A silent fart right there. I've been farting a lot lately. I don't know why.
Do you want to tell?
I don't think you can help me out with
tell
this.
me more.
No, I just want to talk about it for a sec. I haven't been eating that bad. Quite healthy. Just can't stop farting.
What you mean?
Any ideas why that's happening?
Farting isn't necessarily because you're eating bad. Like
No, I understand that.
high fibre.
High fibre.
Yeah, you're eating beans.
Oats. Is that
oats.
fibre?
Might be. Don't know.
Eggs. Is that fibre?
Not sure.
No. I've been having loads of eggs lately. Egg wraps.
Egg wraps.
Egg wraps. They're really good.
Egg wraps.
Wraps, yeah.
What sort of egg?
Well, do you know what? Like, what's happened to me in the last sort of week? Something's changed in my life, and that's having wraps a lot. So I decided no more bread. No, there's no more butter. Okay. But so then I thought, what can I have in a wrap? So I started putting some eggs.
By the way, your arse stinks.
I know. Eggs. It's because I've had a lot of fibre. No, I've been putting eggs in a wrap.
What sort of eggs?
Just scrambled eggs in the microwave for about 1 minute.
Oh, you're such a dirty eater.
What do you mean? What's that dirty?
Just like microwave scrambled eggs.
I don't like
cooking.
arse. Does it? No, I don't really care. Like, anyway, so I just put the eggs in the wrap because it's easy. It takes under a minute. There's no butter in, nothing like that. And I just put the eggs in the wrap. And it's just like having a McBreakfast wrap thing without the whole fucking breakfast other than the eggs. It's basically that.
Without everything apart from the eggs.
So if you just added a hash brown and possibly a little bit of bacon, then you've got like
any seasoning.
Like a muck wrap.
Yeah.
You can hold it. It means you don't need a plate.
Yeah, true.
And it takes 1 minute and it's warm.
I feel like your eating habits, you're very much like one of the undateables.
When I was single for 6 months, I didn't cook one meal for 6 months.
What did you eat?
Just tinned beans.
Is that all you were single for? 6 months. Where did you meet your girlfriend?
I met
Joe.
in my adult life. I've only been single about a year and a half. My entire adult life.
What?
Yeah. I had my first girlfriend in school when I was like 14. That was a 2-year relationship. I'm going to count. And then I met someone when I was about 17. I think I was single for about 6 months. But then it felt like a fucking long time, 6 months, because I was half a school year. So time you left school and whatever.
You always compare stuff to school years.
No, because it felt long then. Do you know what I mean? So then with her for about 2.5 years. Then I was single again for 6 months. And then moved to Dubai, got back, single. It was about 5 months single. Then I met my girlfriend. Then we broke up for 6 months, like 4 years ago.
Every now and then you need a little 6 month reset.
You just need a big blowout, yeah. Now you haven't been single long enough. That's why I need blowouts.
How did you meet your girlfriend though?
In a pub.
No way. Right.
Actually, no, it's pretty decent. It's not the typical Tinder or like fucking night out.
Well,
we used to drink in the same
There's nothing
pub.
wrong with Tinder for a start.
No, I'm just saying it's not what a lot of people of our age would say.
No, but I thought this the other day, and I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I did think, I wonder how Lee met his girlfriend. Obviously, like we've known each other like 2 years now, and I don't think I've ever asked you. And I just can't imagine you like going over to a girl and be like, "All right, darling, how are you?"
I'm not one of those.
Rap.
Yeah, I'm not one of those. Like I can talk to girls and stuff.
Well, hang on, wait.
I'm not the loud flirty guy. Like
wait. Just give me a little setting, and we're gonna do a role play of how it went.
Well, this is not how it
Oh,
happened.
come on, it's funny.
Okay, come on.
So, like, just give me a little backstory. So, where were you? Like, you was in a pub. Were you working in there, or
No, I was just.
was she working in there?
I was wearing my. That's the times I used to wear my yellow shorts. I was just in there, yellow shorts.
Where was she? Like, did you have mutual friends or something?
Mutual friends. I'd known her for a couple months.
Okay.
And then didn't really think much of it. I wasn't looking for a girlfriend.
All right, I'm gonna be your girlfriend, and we're gonna reenact the night that you met. All right.
Well, then the night we met was the night we started speaking.
Sorry. Oh, all right. So what's this night then?
So basically, the whole group of us, about 15 of us.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone was like, I don't want to go home now. And it's like quite a few people were like, should we go Romford? And I was like, fuck that. I don't go Romford. I'm 21 now. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Too good for that shit. 22, whatever it was. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go back to mine and then and have a party. And I was like, all right. We went over mine, and then everyone had a party. Not sure why I offered everyone a cup of tea, but everyone was having a drink. It was about 3:00 in the morning. I was like, I had a cup of tea. Fuck this.
Yeah.
And I was like, does anyone else want a cup of tea? And then Vicky said, yeah.
All right. Don't tell me anymore. Right. So
Yeah.
we go from there. All right.
Yeah.
So the party's a party.
Was anyone like a cup of tea?
No, fuck that. No, I'm drinking. No. Yeah, I will. Please. Well, you didn't say anything back
That's
to
the
you.
noise. You acknowledge it. Okay. You just stick on the kettle. This is actually kind of what actually happened. I opened the fridge, got the milk, whatever. Went to the sugar. No sugar. I was like, damn it. Because I asked if you wanted some sugar.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Would you like some sugar?
Yes, please, 2. Was that right? How many did you have?
Yeah, there it was 2.
Oh.
I was like, no. I've got no sugar, but I got a solution.
What's that?
Ice in sugar. That was pretty much what happened.
You're so cute.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much. And then how it's kind of started, we'll talk about how you've met as well in a minute.
Well, mine's not as glamorous, but go on. Come on, so you've made me a tea now. Oh, it's a lovely tea, Lee.
Is that a bit too hot for you?
Oh.
Do you want me to put some ice on this? Do you want to put some ice in that cup
Put
of
some
tea?
ice in my tea.
I've got some ice if you want.
No, you didn't do that. So you've made me my tea now. Now what do I do? Now what happens? It's lovely tea.
Do you want some of my biscuit?
No, you didn't.
I'm more of a bourbon guy.
Did you actually? What happened next?
Well, I don't know why we're replaying something that I'm trying to tell, because it's not really the story of it. But then, yeah.
What's wrong with you? What do you mean? It's not the story of it. This is your origin story.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Like, this is your beginning story.
Yeah. So I said to everybody, everyone's more than welcome to stay if you want, no problem. I was trying to get a gangbang gang, wasn't I? But it didn't work out. Everyone was like, nah. Everyone said nah. And then Vic was like, yeah, I will.
Yeah, I will.
Bear in mind, I barely know her.
Oh, really?
Barely know her.
Oh, then you thought.
I'm like, I was like...
Then you thought. Oh,
yeah, no. I didn't try to sleep with her that night because I don't like... If I don't know him, I don't like it. I feel uncomfortable like that.
Yeah.
I've had one night stands, but I'd rather not do that if you don't know
Is
him.
that a subtle brag there?
I've had them. I've experienced it, but it's just it's not really for me. So I didn't try and sleep with her because of our mutual friends. Do you know what I mean? Last thing you want to do is just have a fucking bunch of girls scream at me in a pub, don't I? So I had that before. I've had a girl fucking throw a glass at me and everything. I got glassed by a girl.
Yeah. You punched it. You punched a girl.
I punched the girl and I got glassed. Yeah. Well, I got glassed before
and then
I punched her.
The girl.
Yeah. I knocked out a goal. What's the name of that footballer? that's my other name.
No, shut up, Kate. Fucking hell.
Nah, she deserved it.
I remember the story. It was
more self-defense. If someone glasses you and about 4 girls attack you, you're gonna throw a swing in there, aren't you? You're gonna throw a swing, and you may hit one on the chin. She might go falling on the floor, and the bouncer might pull her out as well.
What if you hit the petite friend trying to break it up?
It was a fucking petite one that punched me.
Really?
Yeah. The ones that are friends were the big ones.
And what, you punched the
Big
little one?
tubby girls. No, she was she can tell she's one of these girls that can have it. She weren't just a petite innocent.
Let's retell this story because
she
it was
weren't
a long time
she weren't.
ago.
Oh yeah, she weren't a petite innocent. She was like.
So what happened? You was in Brentwood, weren't you?
No, I was in Maidstone.
All right. Oh.
Next to a prison.
Yeah, there you go.
These are the prisoners' girlfriends that come down and visit the boyfriends and stay the night. Right.
I do remember this now.
So basically,
Yeah.
my friends were all dancing about. I was just doing my own shit. I was with one of my friends from school
Just shit
at the time. And so some hat kept getting passed around, some pink cowgirl hat thing. It landed on my head. I turned around and someone had just put it on my head. Whatever. Carried on dancing. Anyway, about 2 minutes later, I don't know how do you put this? I don't know how you put this. A really gay guy approaches me.
Yeah.
Proper gay. Proper receiving.
All right, that's enough.
I don't know how to explain those ones. He comes to me and goes...
Sassy.
Very fucking sassy.
Not receiving. Very receiving.
He was very...
Really? You don't know that.
You look at him, you could tell that. Anyway, I'm not stereotyping. You get the gist.
He just had an absolute hole in the back.
That's it. Like,
In his...
he looked like the rear end of a rocket car.
Just a massive tunnel arse.
Batmobile from behind. It looked like a lorry that was carrying some pipes.
All right, that's enough. Go on. So this gay geezer comes up to you.
In fact, like it was like the hole had a body. The body didn't have a hole. The body, like the hole, was wearing him.
Go on, go.
There was a galaxy in this hole.
Go.
Anyway, he came up to me and was like, started basically kind of like, is that your hat? I just said, someone put it on my head. And he started getting...
That's not very posh then.
Yeah, and he started giving my hat back, like really rude. Bear in mind, I didn't even take this hat. It was just got passed in a crowd. So I was like, what? And he was like, give me my hat back. Like proper aggressive and sass.
Like aggressive.
Just imagine a really angry hole. And so... and then... So my friends looked at me and just burst out kind of laughing because of the sassiness and it was just, everything was so funny about it. So I've just instantly responded with like, I'm basically laughing as well. Yeah. So his friends, his girl mates, there was three big ones. There was probably, there was two tubby ones. One skinny tall one always is. There's always the shot put fripper of the year with them, innit? And then and then the small petite alpha fucking leader of the pack one. Yeah. So she basically started having a go at me because we laughed at her friend because it was just so much drama. It was so funny.
I feel like you must have antagonised it a bit more.
Oh, probably. I was drunk, So, but ultimately, that's what happened. Yeah. They got mouthy. I was like, fuck you. So then, when she started having a go at me, I told her to go fuck herself and just launched the hat into the crowd like a frisbee. And then she's like, "What you say to me?" I was like, "Oh, fuck yourself!" Like coming over here, just like, "I think fucking take your hat, right?" Because that literally was it. And then a plastic glass come into my face. I suddenly realised that I got blood pissing out my face. And then her other friends basically were throwing their drinks at me and my friend. My friend's throwing a drink at them. One girl's gone for him. And then they're like coming at me and I've just chinned straight in front of me. And I think I've got one of them. She went flying on the floor. The bouncers come rushing in, picked the girls up. They went. So in my defence, the bouncer saw this. And I didn't even get thrown out. And then a bouncer gave me like some rag or like cloth, I don't know, whatever it was. Like the black tissues you get in nightclubs. I did the dad myself and there was no problem. He said, everything good? Everything good? And I was like, yeah, everything's fine. So in my defence, if I was being a prick, they would have removed me.
Did it proper cut you?
Yeah, if I got a scar on my face now, it was a lot worse.
Yeah.
But I should have got it stitched, but then I just poured super glue into it, and I just stuck it together, and it kept falling apart. If I have a clean shave, I've got a big scar down here.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, really.
I can see it now, actually.
And that's taken like 8 years to heal as well. 9 years, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Just
What was it? They weren't a plastic glass.
yeah, it was a nightclub glass.
So it wasn't glass.
No, it was even fucking worse than glass, because at least glass smashes. This didn't. It just basically hit between bone and skin.
Yeah.
It just split it. So glass would have probably been even nicer to be hit with.
Oh, I wish I could see
Yeah.
that now. Like,
I just remember thinking, what the fuck? And then the bouncers, yeah. I had another fight before in the middle of like a dance floor.
not with another girl.
No. I
Just
don't generally fight with girls. I don't.
The fact that you have to say that
No, I don't fight
is
with girls.
such a problem.
No.
I don't generally fight with girls.
No, I don't generally fight with girls. I don't really generally fight. I used to be a little bit rowdy, I guess, but then didn't we all?
Yeah.
I mean,
when alcohol was involved.
the other one, there was like 2 or 3 black fellas on some dance floor, groping people. And
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? Like the girl that we were with, and he just started doing whatever they fucking do and start piping up. Not black people. I'm just saying people do. They go on a night and they just start piping up. And
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh, fuck this. And then
scared.
yeah, and then just punches got swung, and then I got kicked out.
Oh, you got kicked out for that one.
He did as well.
And then what happened?
Nothing.
Nothing happened outside.
And he got kicked out on his own. All his mates were left inside. My mates left with me. Yeah. And then, and then the same night, about 15 minutes later, someone else I was with had a punch up at a cab office and knocked some fella out at like some cab office. It was just because it was one of those nights that every single person that night had a fight, apart from one. Yeah, everyone somehow had a fight, but a single unrelated.
Yeah.
It's just one of them ones.
That sounds like a nice group of lads.
Yeah. All right. You know more, I think.
Well, there you go. People.
Any fights? Any fights you've had?
Yeah, but don't know.
If you listen on Spotify, he's got one arm. He's just sitting there with one stump.
No, I have, but I'm sure I've told them on here before.
Yeah.
No, they're usually just it's usually just a drunken
Verbal
mess, really.
Verbal thing. Has someone ever punched you in the face? Like, have you had a full on?
Yeah,
you have.
I had it. I'm sure I've said this before. I was sitting in the cab office, and some boy was walking up and down outside, and I mean, this geezer punched me so hard. Like he's walking up and down outside, covered in blood, like his face was pissing. Like,
yeah,
he must have been bottled or something. But he kept walking up and down, and he looked in, and I was thinking, like, what's going on here? Like, what's he keep looking in for? There was like 5 of us in there, and he's walking up and down. And he's gone. I ain't seen him for like 5 minutes or whatever. He's come back in, but I'm sitting down. Like there's like a couple of people standing up like around me. I'm sitting down. He's come straight up to me, and he's gone, "You jumped me," and like I've looked up and gone like, "What?" He's on, "You jumped me," and then just like chinned me. And I just remember being like, "What the fuck?" And then I was just like, I've got my head down. I had longer hair at the time.
Yeah.
And like one of his mates was like pulling my hair. Like the next day, I had clumps of hair falling out. And I just remember like fucking windmilling. Like, didn't know what was happening. But one of my mates ran. 2 of my mates.
Friend.
You
still friends with him now?
Yeah, I am actually.
He owes you some hair.
He ran. 2 of them were like standing behind each other in the corner. Like I swear on my mother's life, in the corner, one backed up there, the other one in front of him, shitting themselves. Yeah. And it was just like then it was like there was 3 of them, 2 of us against 3 of them. The other one who was fighting with me was Dave.
Yeah,
but I weren't too bad, to be honest. Like, I had a swollen lip, and that was it.
Yeah.
But it was just more mental. Like it does show like that first punch is so vital. He didn't knock me out. I don't know how, but like straight away you're like dazed. You're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, you've got to punch first generally because it's like I don't know if we want to call it an ego thing, but as soon as one throws a punch, it alarms the other one. So like I've seen it. Well, a few of my friends used to be quite rowdy. I don't know if they are anymore. But there used to be fights that used to break out a lot.
Yeah.
And as soon as they'd switch, they was in control of the argument. So they would always punch first. And once you just switch, punch them a few times, bang, like, then they go into a shell.
I know what you mean.
That's generally...
I mean, I always... Things don't bother me. Like, I don't know, I can really keep my cool. Like, weird things make me lose my temper, but like, I can really keep cool in them sort of situations. It doesn't really... Nothing really makes me want to fight someone.
No.
Unless someone tries to fight me, then because like the week before that happened, we're at Upminster Station, and like bear in mind we was probably like 22 at the time, 21, and there was like these older blokes, probably like 30. One of them, I heard it as well, but one of them was taking the piss out of my jeans. Like, obviously, they were like back then it would have been like probably like spray on skinny jeans.
Yeah,
and a 30-year-old's gonna be taking the piss.
Yeah,
but that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I heard it, and there was a big group of us, and it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I would walk, like, it wouldn't play on my mind anymore. Like,
no.
Nothing, yeah. But someone in the group...
I know I look good.
No, but like, I look good. For my age, like, I was in shape. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I did look good. Not to a 30-year-old, because it weren't their style. Same as we look at kids now, we might think, fucking hell, save his haircut, but it's fashionable around their thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, like, it didn't bother me, but someone who was in our group said something to them, like, called them up on it. And then there was sort of this little, like, confrontation, and, like, I don't know. And then one of them got one of my mates up against up by the neck. And then it was, so I like remember like going in and being like, what are you doing? Like, just to split it up. And out of nowhere, this geezer's just like swung for me. Like, his mate. And I remember like turning like, what the fuck are you doing? And then me and him started having a fight. And then it just like broke out.
Yeah.
But after that fight, there was like way more of us as well. After that fight, they were like coming up to me going like, I didn't mean anything by it. And I was like, and I was going, I didn't care.
I didn't do anything.
Like, it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I, even after the fight, I weren't angry. I was just fighting back because this geezer swung for me.
It's confused by it all, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I would always avoid it just because you don't know who's got a fucking knife. Like, if that geezer who come in and punched me around the face had a knife, like, that could have been it. Do you know what I mean? He's been jumped, obviously, by someone, weren't me. And he could have come in, glassed me, whatever, because I look like the geezer who...
Yeah. So the thing is with fighting and stuff like that, is like if you get on the side of the wrong person, let's say, it's not that you could get hurt there and then. Like, some people are like this. Like, you could have a punch up with somebody and you could have a bust out or whatever, but that other person's ego will never fucking forget it.
Yeah.
And like, you could be in 20 years' time, he'll drive past you in a car. And he's in his wife's just left him or something like that, and he's in a bad fucking way. And he just looks at you and goes, it's that prick. He just goes up and beats the fuck out of you, and then that's when you hear like people getting paralysed and shit. But I know like a friend of mine, he basically has said this, like, he used to be very rowdy, and he's basically said advice that he was given was, don't live that life because it'll catch up. Well, it will never go. So even when you want to change your life, you've affected other people's lives, and they don't fucking forget. I do. I forget everything. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I
but that's the best way
angry.
to be.
Oh yeah, but some people just hate people.
Yeah.
Like, you could park in the wrong fucking parking spot and they fucking hate you.
Yeah.
But like, people hate people they don't really know either. Like, if I was your neighbour and we keep arguing over the same parking spot, you'd hate me. I didn't do anything. I just want my fucking parking spot. You want your parking spot, but it's no one's parking spot. So yeah,
that's true though. It is true. Like how it can.
It will haunt you.
Yeah, like you might be the wrong un when you're 15 and you bully someone really bad, or like you beat someone up who's not but like that at 15. Then you might get to 30 and you're a completely different person. Yeah. Like, people change so much in that time period. Now that person you beat up might be the biggest wrong un in your area. And now he might see you out and you're not like that anymore, and he wants to stab you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All because you done that shit. But
it's not just that. It's fucking mental health. He's a strange one. I heard a story this week through friends, whatever. One guy has just suddenly woke up one day hating somebody, wants to fucking hurt him, but yet the other fella's done nothing wrong. and it's just his mental health. He's got mental health issues.
Yeah,
I don't know this. Well, I do know of this person, but I know them, but they're not my friend. But the story of that fella, and basically to do with some mental health. Some people get these triggers. Yeah, and they just. I mean, that is incredibly mental health unfortunate for the person that he's woke up hating. Yeah, but it is. But the thing is, mental health is not that fucking rare. No, it's not. It's not that rare. Like, you don't hear of it as much because they probably know they've got mental health problems and they're secluded. What do you mean you don't hear of it as much? Well, like, you don't hear of, so-and-so from school's got this problem or blah, blah, blah. You don't hear of it as much. Yeah, mental health is like it's very depression, anxiety. Yeah, it's a very secret thing. So what I'm saying to you is... I think it is nowadays. People with proper mental health generally keep it to themselves. Like, you won't hear of it. I don't know about that. You won't hear of somebody that we know from school. He's not going to come out with, I'm mental. No, but it's not like you don't. But it's people like, for example, like fucking knock on someone's house and all that. Yeah, no names. Well, you only heard of it. No, you only heard of it because of the breakdown. Lee, that's like there's all different types of mental health. Yeah, like, I know that. Yeah, I know that. People have bipolar. People have Alzheimer's. Yeah, I know that. Schizophrenics. Like, do you know what I mean? Them people, they do come out and say it. That geezer you're talking about, the one who knocked on the door, he's so far beyond. Yeah. Like, he's lost. This is like the other guy that I'm speaking of as well. Oh, he's lost. Yeah, but you only find out about it once the episode happens. Not building up to the episode. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel that. I don't know. It's just fucking thing. Fucking cables. But I sort of talking about how he like can bite you in the arse with time. Someone I know, this happened in a pub around this area. So in school he was like a bit of a wrong and whatever. I know him quite well. But and he's a nice. As far as I know, I don't think so. Text me a name. Well, I'll tell you after. But I don't think so. He's older. But like, he was in a pub and someone from his school come up to him and was like, "Oh, you remember me from school?" Whatever. But like, and like he remembered him. Like they were just talking, nothing about it. And he went, and I reckon. What it was, like the boy who I know, who was a bit of a wrong 'un, is quite small, and this other geezer must have grown or whatever, because he said to him like look at you, like look at me now, like it's like I'd knock you out now, like in a funny way, still not very funny to say to someone who's a bit of a wrong 'un. Yeah, and then that boy followed him into the toilet after just for saying that and glassed him. Yeah, I think. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think I know who it is. I don't know. Yeah, okay. But I can't remember why I said that. Yeah, no, it's the way what you say to somebody. Because like because of my stutter, kids used to laugh at a very young age. Because I'm not a very violent person. I just used to sort of not take it on the chin and just be like bullied. But you don't really respond to it. Do you know what I mean? What can you say? I don't even. Whatever. I don't remember you having a stutter in school. More endgame. Okay. School before, and then there are a few kids there that used to take the piss, and now it's just laughable. I can laugh at them now. Like you just think, whatever, wankers, and I'll say it to them, and I'll probably be the one to be able to patronise them, but I remember so vividly at such a young age, I was getting laughed at, but then it gives you that because I subconsciously I think if you are laughed at as a kid. You grow up knowing, I know how that feels. Yeah. And that doesn't go. So for me, it's like, yeah, of course. No, it does affect you. Of course I want this podcast to be big. Of course I want to earn £10,000 per day, like day trading. I want to buy a helicopter one day. Okay, yeah. But the point is that it's that thing inside me that when you've been so humiliated as a kid, the only thing you know how to do is just go out and get whatever you want. Because it's I don't know. To a certain degree. Well, to a certain degree. That's not everyone. To a certain degree. I don't know. That's how I felt. I just felt, well, there's no point. Revenge. It's not revenge. It kind of is, but it's not revenge. It's kind of. It's like I know what you mean. All those that took the piss out of you, and then as time goes on, you go, I've got everything I want in my life. Like, don't care about you anymore. That's generally that feels like that's the medicine. The only thing I would say is like I wouldn't even take that. I would try not to take that personal because it's like when you're kids, like kids are horrible. Yeah. Like you say, you have no filter. You don't realise how much you're affecting someone. I know people that
that in secondary school, like, I remember like, someone calling me fat, and like, I remember it so vividly.
I'm so sorry about that.
I remember it so vividly, but it affected
Shame.
me like badly.
Yeah.
Like, but I would
then-
never hold a grudge against that person now because like I've done things in school where maybe at the time I didn't think it was that bad, but I've definitely done things like to people where I didn't think it was that bad. But now I think about it, I think like, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're kids. You don't think ahead like that, so you can't hold it against people. Unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but you just can't.
I'm not in a state of revenge. It's just as a kid, knowing that people can just laugh at you, it sort of puts you into kind of a lane of dedication. If I'm going to do, I'm going to dedicate it to something because it's my way of dealing with.
Yeah.
What's the word? Being compressed. It's like, I suppose if you try and compress someone, it is the same thing as compression, isn't it? If you laugh at somebody, you just make them compressed. And then one day you become a swan.
Oh, Gary, shut up. You compress a caterpillar, they become a cocoon, and they become a butterfly.
Yeah. And then you all die, and then
Yeah.
and then your trust fund is through your children,
Shut up.
and then your grandkids can bully their kids.
This is a weird episode, this one.
Did you see? Yeah, this is like the original Roots. I quite like this one. I
Yeah.
think I needed this for a bit, but there was
Therapy session.
there was a guy that won the lottery or something, won like 50 million or something mad. But a month before, his ex-wife cheated on him, and he got the papers through like a month beforehand.
What, divorce papers?
Yeah, so she cheated on him, left him for somebody else.
Yeah.
Then a month when the papers had been done, then he won the lottery.
Yeah.
But she ran off with someone who was quite wealthy,
Yeah.
but nowhere near as wealthy as 50 million, right? So he bought the house opposite her and made a big statue of that. Have you not seen this?
No.
He bought the big house next to her and put that up, like a huge statue.
Middle finger for anyone wondering.
Yeah, and so he just has all this money and that looking at a front window.
Yeah, I mean...
That's jokes, isn't it?
It is jokes.
That's a quality thing to do.
It
Not
is
like I'd
jokes,
do
yeah.
that, but I get the banter in it.
I still feel like he's missing out. Like, you must still love her. And then, like, even though you've done that and you got the middle finger, you'd still look at her with the other man and be like, oh.
Yeah, but you look at... Yeah, but I don't know. I think...
No.
Don't know. I don't really know why people want to be involved with people that hurt them, really. Why? What's the point?
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
It's just like the heartbreaker. One day we're going to come in, there's going to be spray paint all over the walls and that. It's something that you've done when you was 15.
No, but like, it is weird how like you affect people. Like, I was talking to this about with Rosie the other day. Like even speaking to girls, like when I was single. Like I remember this is something that I didn't even think of at the time. But it was like my birthday, and I remember like getting with a girl, which is like snogging people for the American audience, and then like getting on with the night, whatever, getting drunk, and then I remember getting with a different girl, not thinking anything of it. Neither of the girls I was majorly into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just I was drunk, whatever, and I remember one of the girls, the first girl, like sobbing in the kitchen, like to her mates. So she obviously thought that I really liked her, and that's like the what I'm saying. Like with like you don't know like how much you affect people by things that like it meant nothing to me.
Is it the first time you actually met them, though?
No.
Oh, no, it's more personal. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I hadn't. It wasn't anything like major.
Yeah.
But it was just. I just remember thinking like, and like, there's a few things like that I think of, and I think, God, man, it's horrible that you made someone feel like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I've had it done to me, so like, it's not just me doing it. Like everyone's had their fair share, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What?
No, I can't say it. No, I can't say what I was going to say.
Say it.
Nah.
Lee, I'm sure you've said worse on this episode.
No, not
You've
that.
gone back to the racist Lee.
Not that. I can't mention that one. That made me laugh, don't worry. Bit bad, that one.
Oh, all right. Cheers then.
So when are we going to use this lube then?
Not now.
Not now. Huh?
No, nice try.
The lube's here to get out of tight situations.
Get that monster can out. Bend over. I love how
That's
like
crazy, man. People fist each
clear
other.
it is.
Like, is it common for people to fist each other? Because I can't.
I can't imagine it being common.
I'm not trying to get sexual here, but I've never been in a position where I'm like, I'm going to fist you. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too far into detail, really, but no, I don't think. I feel like that's where they say like porn gives you a warped version of what reality is.
Yeah, but I mean, there's physically a brand of fisting gel.
Oh, yeah.
So I
people are definitely into it, but I don't think it's like a lot. Like, I don't even think I could say it's not a lot. Like, I just don't think it's like, I don't know.
Because like a lot of fisting's all like anal stuff as well, isn't it? Like more.
I don't know.
I think it is.
I wonder, like, we need our gay friend to come on and tell us.
Yes.
Like, is that a big thing? I asked him, and he did say next week. But then next week we've got our
Would that make
intern.
Would that be a good time? Good time for them both.
It's a lot.
It's a bit much on one, is it?
Bit much, yeah. But maybe we could say to him, get here for 6, and we'll talk for an hour, and then get the guest on for 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try. We'll try and get that. We'll try and get that booked in.
I'm looking forward to that one.
But obviously, we got Georgie as well.
We'll talk about this after.
There's a lot going on, people. We're busy
Honestly,
boys.
guys, I'm sorry about if the Patreons are not as consistent, but
you will be getting content.
We are doing the clips. We're trying to figure out a way. I don't know whether we're doing everything right at this point. So we're trying to restructure there.
Of course, we're not.
And that reminds me, if you're not a Patreon and you're still watching this pile of shit, congratulations. You can upgrade your listening experience
by your life.
Going over to the Patreon, which we just classified. Not much is happening, but this helps.
There's a lot of backlog.
It helps us grow.
Yeah.
Forget about Patreon extra content. It's more help us grow.
Yeah.
And we can do this full time, and then you'll be
reimbursed.
Hopefully, well, that's the point. I just want to talk about this for a second. Right? I want to talk about the plans for those Patreons and things like that.
Proceed.
As we grow bigger, and we like to this year, obviously, we're starting to get that. We, instead of giving you like 1.5 hours a week, we would like to give you, hopefully, half an hour per day, 5 days a week. More, 45 minutes. As we go, as a brand. So once we get up and rolling, we like to do this as a full-time job, and that's what your Patreon money goes to. Not our wages, but the initial setting this up, and then as we grow, that's why we're doing the clips. Maybe not what you want from a Patreon, but we need that to grow. That's our bait. We're going fishing.
Yeah.
And sometimes you catch a whale, and we did on one of those videos.
It's just, it's going to help us to... basically, everything you're seeing here is pretty much Patreon funded. So, like, over the years, people that have been supporting the podcast, like, all of these little details have been funded by you lot, so it does really help that even like that £5 a month from you. It don't sound like a lot to one person, but when quite a few people do it, it gives us a nice chunk to play with, and we can grow from that. And literally, we haven't taken a single penny for ourselves. It's been all invested back in.
Yeah, like what I'd love in an ideal world is to not even bother with the higher Patreon tiers, but just hopefully have 1,000 small, like £1,005 a month that actually allows this to be a proper business every day.
Yeah.
So that's what we're building up to, people. So we're doing all that pre-work. It's the work you can't see, innit? If you get what I'm saying.
Well, this is what I like to think of as well. Sometimes it's like Joe Rogan. I use him as an example because he's like, obviously everyone knows him. He's like a household name. He's like what David Beckham was like in his prime.
He's probably bigger.
Arguably
bigger, yeah.
Everyone knows Joe Rogan.
Even the White House talk about Joe Rogan, what they say on his podcast.
Well, there we go. But like, there was a time when Joe Rogan was doing podcasts and no one knew. Like, or a very small group. Yeah. Very small group. Do you know what I mean? He never knew that this was going to happen. Like, that he was going to be this massive thing. He might not have even wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
But that's what sort of keeps me motivated. I just think, like, even though, like, I'm not, please don't like get that misinterpreted for, like, I feel like we're going to be like Joe Rogan one day. We wouldn't even care if we had 10% of his success, like, or if that.
10% is over 1 million.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, a 500,000 sub podcast would probably put us in probably the top
Oh, yeah.
0.01% of UK podcasts. This week I found out that out of 35 million YouTube channels, I thought it was more than that, but apparently it's only 35 million YouTube channels. Only 4 million of them get to 1,000 subs.
I wouldn't have even thought it was that much.
4 million.
4 million out of 35.
I have seen a lot of channels that are fucking turd, but you got to remember there's a lot from like 2008.
Okay.
Even if they're gathering 100 a year for the last 10 years, 12 years, whatever it is. So there are a bunch of them like that. But considering how long we've done it, it's not going on. If we'd started again, we probably could do it in 6 months, but it's not the point. It's what you learn from it. But then I believe it was 0.05%. Yeah, basically, yeah, like 0.05%. What's that? Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I'm thinking 5%. It's like 5% of 5%, based, isn't it?
No. 0.05% is half of 1%.
Half of 1%. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. And
go on.
Yeah, and so they get to 100,000. Still that in perspective.
Yeah.
0.5% get to 100,000.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So that would be the ultimate goal over the next 3 years, hopefully.
Yeah. I feel like we just need to churn out some more. We need some more guests. We need to keep that. We had a little bit of a routine of booking them in, and it's sort of we had quite a few cancellations. We sort of let it stagnate a little bit, and now
so
we need
Christmas,
to get back onto it.
Hard time for guests over Christmas.
Yeah, it was.
Not gonna lie.
It was. But yeah, people, if you can join the Patreon, if you're still listening to this and you like the podcast, for £5 a month, it's not a lot. Get over to the Patreon. It's patreon.com/lemon-squeezers. £5 a month subscription. You can just forget about it. We do send out some little goodie bags. There is bonus content on there if you want it. And like we said, when this podcast goes to a certain level, the early people that supported will be rewarded back in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
100%.
To be fair, I think the first 100 patrons should just be a VIP Patreon that will have their own individual private group chat. And hopefully we have another 10,000 in some other one. That'd be sick. One day.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but we don't want to bang on it for too long. Should we, how long have we been going for there, Lee? Oh, an hour. Well.
Why'd you do that? Is it on the dot as well?
It's an hour and 2 minutes.
It's like always on the dot.
It's always around that time, yeah. I think, should we wrap it up there?
Yeah.
Right. Well, people, thanks very much for listening. This was more of a laid-back episode. Just a little reset. Let's say this was the reset before we really start going for it.
Yeah. So hopefully we've got very entertaining fisting stories next week.
Yeah.
And then we've got James at Launchpod as well.
James at Launchpod coming
this month.
in. Yep.
This month.
Got our new man joining us next week. Possibly the gay bloke next week as well.
Oh, so mad we got an intern. I said that out loud today in the pub today. I said, Dad, I think I've got an intern. He's like, what? We generally might have an intern. That's so fucked up. What the fuck? If you said that 1 year ago, you'd be like, dreaming.
I know.
But there was an alarm going off.
Insane.
We didn't have a painted wall a year ago. We didn't have that 6 months. Was it 6 months? Don't even think that's 6 months old.
No, it's not.
Absolutely madness.
But yeah, people, if you liked what you listened to, remember, drop a little sub on the channel, leave a like on the video. Yeah, if you're offended by anything we said, which you might have been this time, just remember you're in the right place.
Just in the wrong mood.
Thank you very much.
Or you're a Karen, one or two.